Alright guys, got the Brat back in here. I think we're going to change this starter out for this one that I actually bought for the SDI off that kid Dan Oberst I showed in the last video. Not the last video, but the one with the drive shaft in it. And the reason why I'm going to change it is from here to here, this stud to the face where it bolts to the tranny. This one is like a 1/2 inch to 3/8 inch shorter, which is perfect because this one here, that stud, I already ground down the stud actually and the nut a little bit, but that is in the way of my clutch master cylinder. I don't feel like shoving it in there right now, but it's basically touching right on this portion. It's got like maybe an 1/8 inch of clearance, but then when you try to slip this boot on, there's no room to get the boot on, and there's no room to squeeze this in while the boot's already on. So it's kind of screwed. You can't have that because that's my main hot wire going to the starter, and it's probably going to be grounding out the whole time if I don't have that rubber boot over it. So that other starter is a little shorter. Should work out perfect. We're going to swap that over. And then we're also going to probably bolt up the brake booster delete. Well, obviously bolt up the clutch slave, bolt up the pedal box, bolt up the brake booster delete. Then this pedal box will be grounded, and there is one wire I have to chase that I gotta make sure is grounded somehow. Gotta find it in the harness, but so once that box is grounded and all that, we'll know that the clutch switch is grounding, hopefully, and we can eliminate that out of the process. So then that basically leaves us with the interrupt relay or the starter interlock relay. Honestly, my bet is probably on a safety, like a anti-theft issue, because I don't know, I ripped some wiring out of this thing, and also it's kind of I mean, it could be the clutch switch or it could be an anti-theft, I can't tell. I'm gonna also just install all the fuses in that box just to be safe. Who knows what they label it as rear defroster, but something else could share that power. So better safe than sorry. I'm just gonna fill that fuse box up. Excuse me. And like I said, the other weird thing, I thought it was weird that the odometer wasn't lighting up. And now that I think about it, that's always on power. That's on, you know, when you get in your car. So like I said, I think I'm going to fill that fuse box up and maybe see if that'll get my odometer powered up, and that might help. I don't know. We're going to get the starter changed out, get this pedal box bolted up, get this clutch sleeve bolted up, clutch master, whatever. And I'll see you guys back. Peace. Alright guys, I'm just going to do a little test start on this starter before I throw it in. I thought I checked it when I was there, but it doesn't seem like the Bendix is coming out now, so let's see what happens here. It's a little sketchy. Yeah, it's definitely working. Yeah, it's coming out. Alright, that's cool. The only thing that I think is weird is this one. It's like way stubbier than this one. So, I'm hoping it's going to make contact with my flywheel. I don't know what's up with that. 99% sure this is the one that came with the car. So, it's probably the right one. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe this one will work, maybe it won't. Worst case scenario, we gotta tear it back out. Maybe if it doesn't work, we can rob the solenoid off of this one and bolt it to that one since it's shorter. That would be pretty sweet. That would probably also help my issue. Yeah, you see how this nub is like way farther. I'm gonna get a tape measure and measure what the difference in the lengths are. so this one here is 5 1/8, or just about 5. This one is 4. You guys can't even see. It's like 4 1/2. So I think I got a good 1/2 inch clearance, and I already sanded down this stud a little bit, so I can probably sand this one down a little bit too to get any extra that I need. The only issue is going to be if that's actually going to engage the flywheel. But we'll see. I'm going to hook this up and see if we got better clearance or not. Never mind. I'm absolutely not going to bolt that up because this is a way skinnier nose on here. I don't even know what that's called, but part that goes into the trans bell housing. I'll show you. It's just ain't going in. There's no way around it. So this starter's definitely not usable for me. I'm gonna look up this part number, see what that came out of. Because I'm kind of curious what transmission is uses that big of a hole. Might be a STI 6-speed. I don't know. Or maybe automatic. Maybe I accidentally grabbed an automatic. I don't know. Alright. Well, I guess we're putting this one back in. And I don't know what we're doing about that clutch master. But we're going to have to figure something out. I don't know. Maybe. That looks real crappy right there. I don't really want to mess with that nut. Alright. I don't know. We're probably going to have to do some searching around eventually to find a starter that's going to fit here. But for now, we're just going to throw this one back in to try and get it cranking. We don't need the clutch master in there at the moment anyway. I just wanted to make it fit if we could, but we can't. So let's hook up that other starter, mess with this pedal assembly, get the brake booster in. Maybe we'll measure those brake lines just so we have that. And that's probably going to be about it. Maybe, hopefully, we can get this thing cranking with the ignition by the end of the video, but I'm not quite sure. Alright, let me throw this thing back in there. Wish I would have noticed that, but there was no way to tell until we pulled this one out, so. Alright, guys, so I chased that one wire I was talking about. It's just a common ground. Comes out over here. I just grounded it right there. Doesn't seem to make any kind of a difference. I don't have the box fully bolted up, so we're gonna try that next, but still got nothing. We still got nothing on the odometer display either. So maybe missing more grounds, missing plugs in general. Still not sure. I guess I'm gonna find I'm gonna go up the line here in the diagram, and I think next was the starter interrupt relay. I'm sure that's working, but I'll just test it here just to be sure. Well, it's not gonna be working if the anti-theft isn't working. So maybe first I'll start with the anti-theft. I don't know, I'm gonna try to find this diagram again. It sucks not having good Wi-Fi here. Probably my biggest complaint about this shop is no Wi-Fi and terrible phone service, so it's kind of hard to do any research. Alright, I'm going to try to pull this diagram up and figure out what I need to test for the interrupt relay, and see if I'm able to do that myself here or not. If I'm not able to do that, I'm honestly probably just go home. It's cold as hell and it's Sunday. I don't really feel like doing much. I want to make progress on this thing, but it's kind of demotivating when it's like 25 degrees. And yeah. Alright, I'm gonna pull up this diagram and see if we can make something happen here. Alright guys, I just figured I'd show you this. This is probably gonna be the end of today's video, but I hooked up, I looked up the diagram. My starter relay's here on the end here. There's yellow wire coming out of it. That yellow wire is when the key is on, should be powered, or when key's in crank, it should be powered, and that basically sends the signal to to the signal wire on the starter. Sorry. So from what I understand, this shouldn't be powered up right now. It should only be powered up in the crank position. And I'm just going to show you guys here. It is indeed powered up. Keys on. And when I power that up, when I ground it out, the check engine light comes on. So definitely missing some grounds here, more than just that one I showed you. I'm just gonna jam that in there, crank it, and you can see that actually goes, well, it just dims out actually, it doesn't go out completely. So I think that might be a problem to start, is that shouldn't be hot all the time. I think. I'm not really sure, but I think. So I'm gonna go home and read these diagrams some more, edit this video, try to figure out. I still don't know. That's the shifter interlock relay I just showed you guys, but then there's also a interrupt relay somewhere. It's supposedly on this side of the dash. I'm really not sure. I have these all labeled. It's not in there. I mean, unless it's tied to the ignition relay. I don't think so. Oh, that was good. So I gotta try to figure out where the interrupt relay is. I don't know if it's this. There's one over here on the steering column. So I don't know. I'm gonna search the forums and maybe Facebook pages. If one of you guys knows where the interrupt relay is or what it looks like, please comment. Hopefully I can figure that out, and then we can go on from there. I'm honestly thinking I'm just missing grounds, because I really kind of just half-assed ran this harness, and the only grounds I have are one here, and this probably should technically be a body ground, I think. I don't know if that matters or not. And then obviously the ground there near the starter. And then honestly just that one in there. So this thing probably isn't properly grounded. Maybe I should hook this one up to a body ground, but there's no clean metal right now. So I don't want to sand this paint off. I don't know. I'm gonna look up these diagrams like I said, and maybe by next week I'll have a better understanding and know where this other relay is, so we can test it. And according to the diagram, the interrupt relay then transfers to the anti-theft system. The diagram doesn't show you where it goes into that, so you have to go into that diagram to figure out where that wire goes. So first things first, we're going to find the interrupt relay. We're going to see what's going on with that, and then if we have to, we're going to dig into the anti-theft system. I was thinking normally there's some kind of button under the dash to turn off the alarm, but obviously we kind of ripped it out. So I don't know if that button's still in here or not. Alright guys, that's all for today. I wish we got some more done, but we didn't. It is what it is. So yeah, that starter's back in there. I kind of wiggled this in. I think what we might be able to do is once we get those studs poking through, we can probably tighten it up, and this clutch master is probably just going to sit at a little bit of a downward angle. Shouldn't be an issue. I don't know, we'll see what happens there. We're going to have to get a different solenoid or something. That's going to be at a later date. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully next weekend we can actually get this thing cranking. That would be sweet. Still waiting to hear a quote back for the fuel tank supplies. So maybe we'll have an answer by that, or for that by next weekend as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.